All right, here it goes. I'm Michael Dagon, believe it or not. And I've been through a Ballard must suffered Sir Bargain Barditten to Barkin Pacific to Hugin Berhagen 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 Berhuger Sahargen Berhagen Bersigenberg Tibbing Gerharben Berhusen Berhagen Berharben de Sibin their Gerbin Arbarger Berhierberger Burger for Bugger Hugger motherfucker. Something like that. Can I say that? I don't know. I'm gonna try. It's been a bit of a rough year and a half or so. And a lot has happened. And I just wanted to talk about it because I haven't had much chance to do that with many people. And I don't even know where to start. But before I start, if you haven't looked at any of my other videos, I normally sing songs, and I've been singing these songs in an ancient language called Abletonian. And so through the stress of the last year, along with doing a pile, I mean, oh, come on, I say a porter boffin, a whole truck, I mean, no, I don't want to swear anymore. A shitload of work on myself, including dry fasting and clearing my body of toxins, along with all of us entering the gir-ana-fa, the last few years, which is kind of, it's like the potential for a great awakening, but also the potential of total destruction of your being for all of eternity. It's a big deal. And so I've opened myself up through suffering and necessity to ancient languages, ancient knowledge, and I want to share it. And so I'm kind of all over the place, but before we go any further, I want to give you a secret and how to understand what in the heaven I am saying when I sing and when I start my video with that bizarre language that Dler taught. And so if you want to understand these ancient languages, not all of you will be able to do it. You have to be benevolent. That means you have to be good. You can't be a dermorp or a Satanist or a blampet, stupid government, Pardarkin, Marharskin official of any kind. Because if you are, you live in a lie. And you're participating in a beloved, klamokid, hososid, kritakid fubidot. Take your index finger on your right hand. Men and women. This is actually, I'm going to try to do this. That'll work for everybody. That's benevolent. You got to be good, dummies. Tap your right nostril like this. It doesn't have to be a certain number of times. And blink both your eyes at the same time. And then blink your eyes back and forth, 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 back and forth. And then hold that finger on your nostril and close your eyes and say the words Abba Ladoaba Libid Hebben Sabin Dupin Kairuskin Nermokin Nianai. And then open your eyes. Take that finger, tap the tip of your nose. Doesn't matter how many times, just tap that nose of yours. Doesn't matter how big it is or little or whatever, if it works or not, if you've been bad to it, if you've been good. No, you gotta be good to your nose too. You gotta be good at everything, every part of you. Try at least. Keep tapping that bugger and then blink your eyes again. And this time, take this left finger and tap on your left eyelid at the same time, but opposite tempo. And then say these words, Dallin, Lauren, Morin, Sabin, Grodden, Huben, Sugin, Hamming, Gruskin, Dubbin, Guskin, Guskin, Gupin, Hara, Guskin, Nucker, Mokin, Nucker, Bukin, Haskin, Dupin, Habi, Abba, Ocker, Ruskin, Bacher, Ruskin, Mukin, Mukin, Lady, Opper, Oker, Bruxkin, Hupin, Uppin, Grukin, Aber, Dolben, Abba, Struppin, Ocker, Lukin, Mukin, Bubin, Habi, Abba, Roskin, Bupin, Aber, Gusman, Dupin, Dupin, Aber, Locker, Burpin, Uppin, Huskin, Dupin, Guppin, Dupin. Be alt, Gediantent, Golda Heldi, Dalmi Aldolted, Samalsen, Sabiontent, Nippet, Nuspin, no. I'm going to try to say most of the rest of this in the slave language of gir-ana-fa, also known as berkot or bar-and-gar or burtarf, English. All these retarded languages, shallow languages that we use in Idania. This place, our home. You could call it Eartha or Badarm or Baramia, but it's Idania. And this place was meant to be a heaven that we made with what was available, the abundance here. And we turned it into a Balar, a hell on earth, right? I am here, and I've learned this through the last year and a half, for a specific reason. To try to pull this dump hole out of this shapper hut. And I've had just a pile of resistance my whole life. My eyes were wired open in utero by Delarons. Call them, I don't know what do you say it in English, but demonic beings that thought they could make slaves out of everyone. And this has been going on for over 27,000 years. Probably like, goes there 45,000 years it was in the works. So there's been interference in my life every step of the way. And I have a channel on the dark web where people have been cursing me and interfering with my life because, you know, they know what I'm thinking and I'm experiencing all this kind of thing. And it's pretty wild, it's pretty out there to think, you know. And so I'm going to just share a little bit more for those that can handle hearing this. Because nobody understood like what happened to him, because he's not, I mean, I was a city clerk and treasurer in my town, Hewitt, Minnesota, and executive director of the Namath Arts Center in Park Rapids, and professional audio engineer, and I had an Airbnb and VRBO business, and then all of a sudden I got really weird, and my family didn't know what to do, and I ended up in the system, and then I ended up with some curse words on me and my record. I never had a record before, but I've been battling. That's just starting to battle now to clear up my good name that I'm proud of. Like I was a stand-up citizen. I did the Barterfest. I did the Fargo Winter Carnival, Erie Dam Music Festival. I helped bring the Minnesota Salsa Fest to Wadena. I mean, I make things happen. And those Delarmas that like to think they can control everything and wired my eyes open with alien technology, outlander technology when I was born, before I was born, even in utero, and filled me with all kinds of vaccines, like way more than normal. And I lived, but I was damaged. And I lost my psychic abilities, my mental intuition. That's all psychic, abilities are, right? But it's changing. And so last year, I had mind weapons put in me, and I had a receiver transmitter put in my leg, a big bruise on my leg, and they even made a smiley face. I never took a picture because I was struggling to survive for a year and a half. And this is growing so common. But even before this expansion of this method of control and abuse, it was common for a long time with certain families. And like 10 years ago, the number of people in a mental hospital that had a mind weapon was like 78%. 5 years ago, 91. Right now, 96%. We take the average of all mental hospitals. Interference from outlanders, aliens, that are aligned with the governments in this realm and have been for at least 45,000 years. I won't go into the prehistory of it. And why am I sharing this? I want my family, I want my former acquaintances to understand what I've been through and what they've been through, because so many of them, I've reached out, I've communicated with, and then it's like they don't respond, they disappear because they have mind weapons put in them to keep them from me. And I'm not alone in this. Like, this is super common and it's expanded. And so if you know relatively stable people or stable people, very stable people like me, who built a life without debt and, made things happen and still I'll make things happen, but have been surviving. I mean, I've been surviving, but if you know people that are now in the system that were never in the system and are struggling, you don't understand what happened, and now they're pushing all these drugs on them, and that does not help anything. And I was held in the system longer because I told the doctor he was a drug dealer. I didn't want any drugs. I worked hard to get off booze and weed and caffeine and sugar by dry fasting. I'm not going to take any drugs. I knew drugs weren't the answer. But just know that this is something else going on and they can be helped. And so I was blackmailed to close my business with these mind weapons. I've been interfered with on all kinds of ways. I won't even go into the ways that we're interfered with. But all of this is coming to an end. But we're not there yet. And that's why I want to make those few that watch this aware, and hopefully some of my acquaintances, just to understand what I've been through a little bit. No one has a clue of what I've experienced and what I've participated in and the difference I made on psychic levels in all realms and all worlds. And that seems really far out, and it is. But that's the nature of our reality. It's supernatural. And we've been conditioned and taught all of this nonsense on every single level, whether it's health or history or science and technology. It's all nonsense. But now it's like a great awakening, but I don't like any of those blurter, upper, bugger, motherfucker words. It's your one chance to repent, because we've all, we don't know any difference. I haven't swallowed the Kool-Aid, until 9/11. I got rid of my TV. And I just started questioning things and working presidential campaigns, running sound and stuff. I was like, this is just a charade. Having to set up a freedom of speech zone 3 blocks down the street from the event. It's nonsense. There's never been anybody elected. Are you nuts? We're all nuts. But we can, I don't want to use awaken, but look at the reality around us. I have no clue what's going on in cities now. I don't want to know because I know it's probably not very Kuramiat. It's not feeding life. It's not Kurloverod. It's not Barantia, beneficial for all beings, visible and non-visible. So we have an opportunity to do things differently and to open our eyes. And that starts with seeing people that are gifted and creative and productive, and when they go sideways and you don't understand it, rather than say, they just had a psychic break or midlife crisis. I had a few midlife crises before I got to this point. There's other things going on and we're being interfered with. And so how do we turn that into empowerment? And this is what I'm sharing, why I'm sharing the video. Because just with frequencies and technology, it's ever expanding. And we can be proactive and make things safer for us, our environments to live in. And so I've been building atmospheric generators to generate heat and electricity, but also to protect myself from other frequencies and malevolent beings from interfering with my life. And so all this technology is very simple, but so different than anything you'd imagine. And we all have access to it. We just have to want it to make I don't want to say change, it's like to make our lives living. Because if you're not being creative and have a healthy outlet for all of your traumas and experiences and you're just a workaholic or a drug addict or alcoholic, all that, you're not alive and you're not going to live much longer. Unfortunately, I mean, maybe you'll live to be 90. I don't know how longer you live, but that's it. That's it. You're never coming back. This is your one chance to clean up your act and start to dance with what is, what you are, what you've been through. Heal it. Not alone. You don't have to. I'm alone now. I won't be forever because I've done the work and I've I've ballarded the fast and creduked. I'm a grr, I'm a glump, I'm a glarsest. I kick ass every damn day, no matter what the challenge is. And I've been doing that for over a year and nobody has a clue. I've sang over 40 original songs. I don't have them all up on my YouTube page because most of them are healing. I don't even want to heal most of you. Because I've been so tormented by the majority. It's all improv. All the videos on my page are improv. I don't even think about them. And they just appear because I have activated my being more than any being I've ever met. I hope there's more of me, being activated now. But all it takes is a few of us to be activated like this. And not all of you will understand what I'm saying in those ancient languages with that activation key I gave you at the beginning, or the songs I've sang. But if you clean up your act and stop doing drugs and drinking fluoride water and booze and watching TV and even on your phone, like the flickering, and using Wi-Fi, and start doing intermittent fasting. You don't have to do a 7-day dry fast like me. It's crazy. Not everybody can do it. But it's the fastest way to heal yourself, but you have to study and look into it. And if you're curious about that, reach out to me. If you're curious about any of this, reach out to me. Because there are no more mind weapons starting today. Because I've destroyed them all. Not on my own, but with very few. Demars, Siomotas, and Clayatiomos. Servants of truth. Servants of love. Servants of life itself. So why am I putting this video out? Because I can. And I do this every damn day to the governments of all worlds, all realms. And any sapper kadofia kunde that flaky, the fadi, der flaky miato, or the creative mianfo, to the fires, to the flanker, to the young. And this is the only way forward. No depending on the papa, the police, or the authorities, the demons. Any part of your life, you need to become independent to the extreme. And you need to start serving your children. But you need to get healthy first so you can actually have children. Because these are wave after wave of activated beings are on the way now. And I was the head. A group of 79. You can look at my website, abandonscoutcamp.com. I write poems about my experience. I don't have them all up. Now I've kind of been sifting through, but kind of understand a little bit more by reading through what I am and what I've experienced, and about the waves of the Dramiantanas, the Dreametus, the Dramion, the Dramaturtoitons. There are all these different ways to say the servants of truth. We send ourselves when the time is right. And we're not collectivists like these communists that think they can take over the world, these dratas, these blurters, these Russians, these Chinese, these salamiatas, these families that are dying off, these toletas, rotted families that are so corrupt and sickly. They despise life itself and destroy life and desire to destroy the feminine, the bringers of life. So many of the acquaintances I've had in my life, we've known each other for so many lifetimes. We're meant to work together to make a difference. With all the interference, all the mind weapons have separated us, and it's uncertain. I want new friends now. So if any of this speaks to you and you're curious, you want to talk to me at all, reach out. My number's 218-371-5288. Text me and I'll send you a personalized healing message, likely more than one, with instructions on how to utilize it. And I'll be able to read you if we should work together more or not. But just know, this time is an incredible opportunity. I mean, life itself is an opportunity, something to be grateful for. And if you're not grateful for your life, you're going to disappear through your own making. Because you're either desiring to improve yourself and be healthier and be beneficial to all beings, or the opposite. And there's no second chances now. This is the end. This is our chance to take that step into what happens next. I'm not sure what it'll be. If it was up to me, it would all just be wiped out, honestly. After the last year of just being stuck in surviving and destroying those that have destroyed every single other being that was sent with me in 1977, all 79 of them, destroyed mostly before they were 13 years old. I'm the only one that made it. I was the first one that was sent because I'm the head of the brand. I'm the head of the shop. I'm the head of Salangre, Gratin, Plafond. I didn't know that until I got activated. And so I'm sharing this to activate you, but also to look out for those around you. If you see these gifted, brilliant, successful people that are all of a sudden, their lives are a lot being lost, their homes are being lost. They're running up all this debt in the industry, the medical industry, the system, that's a red flag. Like, hey, they need help. The system's not going to help them. They can be helped by others. I'm not the only one that has helped themselves. I've helped others help themselves because they watch my channel on the dark web. I've never watched that channel. I don't want to go on the dark web. I don't care about the internet. I don't even have internet service anymore. So this phone until it doesn't work anymore. I don't know. But I'm building things, inventing things every day. I could be more excited to meet others that are excited about life and want to live in harmony with it. That's enough. I want to finish with this song, but before I do, this world, for a long time, almost from the beginning of this Dorada, not age or era, but it's like if you think of an Etch-a-Sketch, what happens when it gets all messy? You have to wipe it. This Etch-a-Sketch is 485,000 years old, a little bit more maybe. And almost from the beginning, it was rotten. It was a culmination of all the Etch-a-Sketches, going all the way back. And so all these demons everywhere. It's like literally hell on earth. And that was never the intent. It's what demons. Just chop those things up and fertilize with something else with them. But here now they think they're running the show, and they have been a little while. 86 years at least solid. They get away with anything. Brutally abusing women and children, selling children and women, all this nonsense. The sickest, psychopathic, no more. Let's end it. Sedative. Say like a town, like a modifon, middle homocrite. But if you suck a pan, the second, the bedum, high, have any. Has a cladded homo, Hahilana, or the better ha, hoi, ho, me, ha, has a vanning glomo, had a grin no more, Hahilo, homie. Shakilanomo, Hahili, ha, has a ho, Hadikil. Nabacao nova, has a gilly, Hamagladidello, Hamafis. Arigalla, Lopacalezozo, Hamelil, the no, for it. Oh, sa glass, the beginning of Mount Hebegis, no, Lin, no, bone. Said the band like a guessing on mouth like it ever no so big it down. Secretary like it to be done just like a different how wicked who's a behavior. Now, sad like a band's old glidden up a glown, Haglos, none of it go to Hanagu, Wabazamo, Habazilomo, Hapagisilla, Hapagisnil. Secretary-Damo, Hapagilanunia, Habasilio, Wheelie, Halil. What about Hal, Osel, Mitepetus, Caleb, Matapata, Calcitis, Modo, Alla Hole, Becky Hoover, Hamo, Havil, Hamitepatatul. Wow, Sitao, Amau, Sekil, Hoil, Hamataka Formula Woo, Alla Cassil, no man, Phil, no more, Hassan, a hill, but who wouldn't woo. I like a kind like a quill, Macahal, I can up to quite about the pelican. I like a shell, a particular feel, and a secret bit of butterfield, good as you. Low, matter down like a biz, never cow, the big house, a big a house of a coot. Savagil, Hamagu, Hamasil, Kabagu, had a gill, Labagu, bless you.